Hey guys, Manny aka Man Wellness here. Hope that you are having a fabulous Monday and you're excited to be through day one this week. As always, as you're jumping on here, let me know you're here, let me know what you're thinking, how your day went, or if you have anything to share, feel free to drop a comment, say hey. I love seeing you guys here, love interacting with you, so let me know if you are here. So today we are talking about that feeling that a lot of us have felt, and I know a lot of you have felt, and it is that feeling of being almost selfish for putting yourself first. Feeling like it's wrong to be spending energy and output on you when you have so many other things happening in life. You've got so many other priorities, so many other people to care for. How could you possibly not think it's selfish to put you first in some of those situations? And what I want to talk about is why I believe it's actually essential to put yourself first, and how you can use this simple concept of an energy budget to make you kind of focus and put yourself first and feel less selfish and less bad about making you a priority. So for me, it's really easy to contextualize things like this in a way by comparing it to something that I'm familiar with. So for me, I use this energy budget because it's very similar to the concept of just traditional budgeting, which a lot of us do. A lot of us who have credit card debt, student loan debt, all of those things, what we do is we develop a monthly budget where we keep track of what's coming in, what's going out, so we can pay towards those debts. It's one of the fundamental ways that people pay down their debts, by being aware of them and being aware of where their resources are going. So in the case of a financial budget, your money is your resource, your bills are what need to be paid, that's your in and your out, and that's what you keep track of. When you're thinking about your time or your energy or where you're putting those things, it's a little bit harder sometimes to put that into something concrete. Obviously time can be measured, but energy, as far as the energy that we are putting out or giving to others, is not really something that's very measurable. So this energy budget concept allows you to really give yourself a context and a measure for your energy and what you're doing with your energy. So I want to break it down in the sense that your energy is your input, or I should say, your energy is your currency. So that is your output. That's what you're putting out. And the activities that you do that are nourishing and good for you are your input. They're gonna refill and restore your energy. So when you are doing something with someone, for someone, all of those things, there is an input and an output. So for instance, if you're a mom, maybe spending some time playing with your kids in the morning is a little bit of both. You are getting the input of having that emotional connection, that relationship, that experience with your child, and you're also getting the output of physical and emotional energy to your child as part of that activity. Whereas, let's say, maybe helping a friend move or helping them through a tough time, through having a conversation with them, may be more of an output for you than it is an input. So maybe you're expending more there. So with that input-output, you need to make sure that at some point you are having input. You're doing things that are going to fill your glass back up, fill your energy back up, and keep your bank full so you can actually use that to spend on other people. Because just like with money, if you are not working or bringing in income, you cannot keep purchasing or giving out money. So with that, I also want you to think of your energy and the way that you utilize your energy, hey Jody, in the concept of that same spending. So every time you do an activity such as exercise, eating well, going for a walk, watching a movie, whatever it is that is something that will help to give you something for you, essentially whenever you put yourself first, you're making a deposit in your bank. Then you can use that deposit to spend out on somebody else. So to help someone, to do some work for someone, to do some work for the community, whatever it is that is expending your energy. Every time that you go through a day where you don't do anything for yourself and you're only doing for others, I want you to think about that as overdrafting your account or using credit. And what happens when we overdraft or we use credit? There's a fee associated. We either get a fee on our bank account, on our checking account, or with credit, we continue to build that pile of debt, and eventually someone's going to collect on it. In the case of your energy budget, that someone is life. Life will collect on that debt at some point. So you have to really contextualize it in those ways. So every single day, you start with an energy budget. It's 100%, and you do some things to pull energy in, and you do a lot of things to push energy out. But you need to make sure that you're having that balance, that you're having the input and you're having the output. So you need to build in time for you. So every single day you have to build in whatever amount of time it is for you that you need to restock your supply of energy and to keep you going so that way you can output. So if you're a really, really busy person, like a lot of us are, and you've got kids, you've got work, you've got commutes, you've got spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, moms, dads, dogs, whatever, you're putting out a lot. So you need to make sure that you're taking enough time to say, guys, I am doing a lot for you and for everyone else. I need to do something for me. So every single day, you have to keep that account balanced. You have to keep your budget balanced as opposed to, maybe a monthly actual financial budget. So you're going to do it every day, across the week, and across months for your energy budget. And you're always going to have to keep tweaking. But the first thing you need to do is actually figure out, what does your budget look like now? So I want you guys, this is your homework, this is something that I shared with my group last week, that is something that they're working on, and I want you to create your budget so you can see where we need to make changes. So go through and write down a typical day for you, and maybe just the people or the things in your day. So your children, your spouse, your pets, your job, and your commute. Those could be great starter categories. And then go through and write down, and then obviously put you in there too. Write down what percentage of your energy, so of 100% of your energy for the day, because theoretically you're pretty much exhausting that by the end of the day, what percentage are you using in each of those categories, and which percentage are you putting towards you? And if you're putting 0 or a teeny tiny little bit, you need to work on upping that. You need to talk with your family, with your spouse, whoever it is, and let them know that you need to have more balance. You need to be making yourself more of a priority, not because you're being selfish, but because you need to have the energy to be able to put that out for them. And that is something that they're going to be able to understand, because if you are always emptying your account out and you're overdrafting, or you're swiping that card and you're charging up that credit, it's going to come back and get you. Eventually you're going to have this mountain of debt, and they're going to be the calls collecting on it, wanting that money back. They want their payment. So stop running through life feeling like you're being selfish for taking time for yourself, and every time that you feel that way and you're not putting and investing into yourself, I want you to think of that credit card being swiped, and that debt being collected, and that debt just piling up and waiting for life to collect on it. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, balancing your budget, and putting yourself first in order to do that, you're not really helping anyone else the way that you could. So go home, go to your desk, go to your couch, whatever it is, grab a notebook, open up your phone, and start to break down your budget and put your percentages in there. So that's your first step. And then from there, you can make changes and you can figure out what it is that's going to be the time that you're investing in yourself. It doesn't have to be anything in particular, but you can kind of come up with that as you go. And if you're brave enough, make your budget and share it below and let me see what it looks like, and we can talk about different things that you can change and how you can put you first without feeling selfish or guilty. All right, guys, I'm gonna go get my workout in now. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you found it useful. Feel free to share with friends, ask questions, comment, whatever you want, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.